I'm gonna have to face it, you're addicted to love. Hello and welcome back to another tutorial, and it is the much awaited Smokey Eye that I will be demonstrating today. It's super speedy, no faff, because I just use one product to do my Smokey Eye. One product, which is my hero product, the gel liner. So I'm going to show you how, and it takes minutes, and it's so easy, and it's so cheap because all we need is one product, and we can get this lovely, sultry, sexy look in seconds. Smack your base on. I'm going to use my Paul & Joe foundation, and I'm going to go in with my concealer. Now, when it comes to smoky eyes, some people prefer to do the smoky eyes and then do the concealer and foundation after. This is just preference, so just do what you feel comfortable with, but I always like slapping my base on first. Whack it on, whack it on, whack it on. Time to make myself look 5 years younger with concealer. Get it on. So many of my friends and people I bump into, they're kind of a bit scared of a smoky eye, mainly because, from experience, they've done a smoky eye and they're like, oh, it looks like I've been punched, I look disgusting, and I wouldn't ever do it again unless I had it professionally done. And usually it's because they're not correcting or concealing shadows and things under the eye, so you're just getting all this dark and all this colour, and it just looks like a big whole mess. So I'm going to show you how to do a really clean, beautiful smoky eye. Put your eyebrows on. Eyebrows are basically picture frames for your face. I've said this before, I will say it again and again. They really are. So if you want to learn how to do amazing brows, I do have a video purely on that. So we want our brows to be really crisp and defined. You can kind of tell on this whole blank face thing going on at the moment, the brows are kind of screaming. They're kind of like, they could cut ice. So we've done a strong brow because a smoky eye can take a strong brow. If you're not as confident as I have just been, do your smoky eye, and then you can always add to your brow, but you'll definitely find that the eyebrows diminish once you start putting quite a dark eye makeup on, which a smoky eye is. So quickly before we start, let's talk tools, because this is very, very important. You will need a liner brush. This is about £1 something I got from an art store. Been through this with you before. I know Mac and Bobbi Brown have all their fantastic liner brushes, but if you're on a budget and it's January, go into an art store and get a little art brush. This one's really great. I use this one in my kit as well. Liner brush. You want a little domed shadow brush. Bring this one into play. Again, it's preference. You might like using a blender brush, so I can show you whilst I'm doing it how that one can come into play. And smudger brush. Now I've actually got, I don't even know, oh, Bare Essentials this one is. But look, it's got the little dome on the end and it's got a smudger on the other end. So we've got a dual purpose brush. Oh! So the Bobbi Brown gel liners you can pick up for about £15 a pot. And if you make sure you really do put the lid on after you use them tightly, they last you donkeys. Personal favourites, black ink. We've got chocolate shimmer. That's beautiful, beautiful. We have graphite shimmer. Again, love that one. Another favourite, espresso ink. You know, it's really deep and dirty. I'm going to pick graphite shimmer today. Take your gel liner, and what we want to do is we want to, I mean, I sometimes just use the back of my brush to take a little bit out. You know, take quite a bit out, about that much. Put it on the back of your hand, like so. Put the lid back on, and then we're just going to load our brush. Now, you want to have your other brushes on standby, because this product, the gel liner, they don't dry super quick, but you don't want to fanny around. You don't want to be, you know, popping off and make yourself a cup of tea and then coming back to it. You want to just get on with it. So first of all, I'm literally going to attack, can you see, my top lid as if I was doing a really crappy liner. And I'm going to go in with the dome ended brush, and I'm just gonna work it. So what I'm doing is I'm actually doing a downward sort of dragging motion. Can you see? And I'm edging up the lid. The blender brush is good for this as well. So once you've smoothed it up with the dome brush, just go in and feather around the top edge and just blend and edge up a little bit, and you want to keep that lovely flattering space below the brow. So take your little smudger brush. I mean, this is on the end of my dome brush, and you'll still have product on the back of your hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load the ends of the smudger brush. Not too much, actually. And then I'm going to go under the eye. And I'm pressing really lightly. I'm not scoring it along, I'm just kind of feathering it. And then I'm going to use the chunkier end just to kind of blend it out a little bit. I've left I like to call it the waterline. I've left the waterline clean here, but when I ever do a smoky eye, I just like to, you know, I don't like these half-hearted smoky eyes. If you're going to make it smoky and dark and sexy, just embrace that and bring it on. So I'm loading my brush, and I'm not actually going to even, you see people like putting their eye down like that. You don't really need to do that. So I'm just loading my brush with my gel, and I'm just going to, you can blink as much as you like. I'm just going to kind of swipe it over the waterline and down into the lashes a little bit. You don't need much on your brush for this. But can you see it really, it kind of gives that extra piercing kind of, I'm so sexy. Not sexy. Sexy, not sexy. And the beauty with gels is you don't get drop down. You don't get all those little flakes of colour coming onto your cheek, and then you're smearing it off, and then you're like, oh, for God's sake, where's the concealer? And then you're making yourself look grey because you're rubbing it into your face with your foundation. And it's just a little bit stressful. There is a little bit of, I guess, an art to getting it very symmetrical. And it's just a matter of sort of coming back and gauging this. Now, obviously, I did this eye first just to show you. So when I'm working doing a smoky eye, really, it's probably easier to do the first stage, the top lid, and then do the second stage, because you can sit back and then you can judge. And I mean, even when you're totally done, you can sit back and judge, and you've still got quite a bit of time to go back in with your blender brush, and maybe add a little bit more. Look, I can add even with the blender brush, I can maybe add a bit more. Always start on the lower lid. Don't go up above the crease, because you might over apply. Always start from this outer corner and then work your way in. Well, to be honest, look, there are no rules when it comes to doing makeup, I think. There are options, and a very good makeup artist use that little slogan when I used to work on Bobbi Brown. You know who you are. You can even bring your fingers into play here. The best natural tool you have on your body, and it's free. Whack that mascara on. And I don't even mind if it goes a little bit clogged or a little bit, okay, clogged sounds like quite horrendous, but, chunky. Another thing I love about the gel is it doesn't move. I mean, if you did this makeup in the morning, you're feeling a bit confident, or there's a guy at work and you just think, oh yeah, like I'm going to rock the smoky eye out today and make myself look super hot. You can do that. You can totally do that, and come 5 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, it's going to look like this. If you're feeling really confident, you can kind of mimic, those girls with the guitars in the background of the Robert Palmer video, Addicted to Love. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. Yeah, they're more like this, they're more like this, they're more like, yeah. They're not really playing, they just look fucking hot. This is one of my favourite sort of glosses at the moment. It's by Shuimura. It's got a code BG921. It doesn't have a name. Doesn't have a name, but it's beautiful. If you any kind of brightening gloss, so it can be in the pinky family, maybe shy away from anything too deep or too rich, and you just want it to be, really, really soft and pretty. And I've just contoured a little bit on the cheeks, powdered down my T-zone, and just kept it nice and simple, because your eyes and your brows are doing all the talking on this particular look. Embrace all the different colours as well. Try a chocolate shimmer eye or you know, it's endless. Follow me on Twitter, Beth Alderson Art. You can keep in touch with me through Twitter. I'm always tweeting. Also, I try and update my work as much as possible on my site, which is bethalderson.com. So yeah, hope you get on well with the Smokey Eye. Any questions, anything, give me a shout and I'll help you in any way I can. So I will see you again really soon. Bye.